Hello, hello, hello. OMG, welcome back to my channel. So excited you are here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. It's Jodi Dunn coming at you with another weekly video. We're doing some dang cleaning today and some other fun things. I'm in my half bathroom downstairs, the guest bathroom. I had a friend over last week and she had walked into the bathroom to use the bathroom and she was like, she hadn't been to my house for a while. She was like, oh my gosh, look at what you did to the bathroom. Because we put like some molding up on the wall and stuff. And I happened to look up and was mortified at how dusty this light was. So I'm getting a little bit of spring cleaning done today. If you are new and you just found me, I am so happy that you are here. Would you please say hello to me and let me know that you are new down in the comment section? I would love to welcome you to the channel and say hello back to you. And if you are already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back to another video. I truly appreciate you. So my plan was to get a little bit of cleaning done in today's video, some spring cleaning things I don't do on a regular basis. For instance, this lamp. Can you see how dang dusty? Oh my heavens. I just don't look up very often. I mean, a lot of people are probably the same way. So hopefully this inspires you to look up at some of your lights and see if they need a good cleaning. So, I mean, it literally took me less than 2 minutes. I just used some multi-purpose cleaner and a rag, whatever kind of rag I used. I can't even remember what it's called now. And it's all nice and clean. While I was up here, I was like, oh, you know what? Let me get the tops, grab my step ladder out, the tops of the doors and the ladders. The tops of the doors I find are always so disgusting. I don't think to clean them very often. And the top of the woodwork, you know, another place that I can't see. I'm just going to go ahead and get that done as well. And it needed it. So anyways, my plan for today's video was a little bit of spring cleaning. I wasn't even planning on doing this, but since I had to pull the stepladder out anyways to get to the light, now I'm just getting all over all of the tops of the woodwork that I don't clean very often. Do a little bit of that. We had an estate sale, so I was going to take you along with me to the estate sale that I went to. It was in my neighborhood. And not us personally had an estate sale. We went to an estate sale. And I planned on doing a little bit of spring decorating. However, I ended up just doing way more spring cleaning than I had anticipated. We're going to get to some gross areas. And we are going to go to the estate sale, which was pretty dang fun. There was a ton of just... Oh my gosh, I was in love when I went into this house because there were so many old things at this estate sale. But there was also a lot of funny things at this estate sale, older things. My girls actually went with me that they just didn't know what they were. One of them, I got a clip of it. Oh my gosh, look at how dirty that door at the top of my basement door is. Anyways, you're going to hear Donna Jean. I was literally cracking up, but one of them was so funny as well that I didn't get on video. We went into a room and there was a fax machine for sale. And Donna Jean asked, what is that? And Viviana responded, I'm just showing you a clean rag here just because I wanted to see how dirty it was above here. Anyways, Viviana responded, oh, that's an old typewriter. And I said, girls, that is a fax machine. Then they had no idea what a fax machine was, so I had to explain all of that to them. It was pretty funny. The top of this woodwork was not very dirty. I was kind of surprised. The rest of it has been very dirty, but the top leading from the kitchen into the family room was very dirty. Again, while I had my stepladder out, I just went around my whole first floor and got all of the tops of the woodwork clean and all of the tops of any interior doors. This is definitely not something I do very often, maybe like once a year. And you could definitely get like an extendable duster just to dust, especially if you didn't want to climb on a stepladder like I'm doing. But I wanted to actually clean and dust, so that's why I'm doing it this way. And I figured my bathroom light was so dusty, this one probably would be pretty dusty as well, and it was. This light, it's not my favorite light. This was one of the first things we changed in the house when we tore down the wallpaper and started painting the walls. And we actually just needed a new light here because the old one had gotten burned from me putting a bulb in that was the wrong size. I had no idea what my style was then. This definitely is not my style, so I probably will be changing this out eventually. I found a beautiful chandelier type light that I loved on Amazon, but I want to wait until I know exactly what I'm doing with my kitchen because, you know, I keep changing my mind on that. So this is what my rag looks like. This was just from cleaning and dusting the tops of all the woodworks, the doors, and my bathroom light and my kitchen light. Pretty darn dirty. And then I wanted to get a quick clean done on the refrigerator. It's really not terrible. Pretty much I think in the normal spaces. I do have some liners on the shelves, except for I don't have liners on these top shelves here. So these are a little bit dirtier. But the bottom usually is the area that gets the dirtiest if crumbs and things fall down there. I think that's pretty normal. So I thought, let me go ahead and just give the refrigerator a quick clean. Now, who's been with me long enough to remember when I cleaned my refrigerator? I deep cleaned my refrigerator last year. I think I called that like part 5 of my 72-part spring cleaning series last year. I'm still working on spring cleaning from last year. I didn't even get it all done. Anyways, I ended up working on the refrigerator a little bit longer than I anticipated. You're going to see why. But I haven't got in here and deep cleaned this refrigerator since the last time I did it, which was like a year ago. Let me go back and look at my videos and see exactly when it was. Well, I posted that video the end of March last year, so we're already into April. So it's been just over a year, so it was time. I did take the top shelves out because I don't have liners on them. Maybe I'll get them, but I didn't get them for today. And cleaned those off, and they look way better. I'm not going to take every shelf out. Well, I say that. This is what they look like beforehand. They had some spills on them. Not too terrible, though. And now they're nice and fresh and clean. I actually did take everything out of the refrigerator except for the next shelf. The next shelf has a drawer attached to it, and you have to take the whole thing off, and I have liners on it. And so I just didn't bother taking that one off. And when I put these top ones back on, I put them up just a touch too high to where I couldn't stack things the way I wanted to. So I'm just moving them now. But I was basically just doing, like one shelf at a time. You got to be kind of quick when you're cleaning the refrigerator out because obviously the things that are in the refrigerator need to be refrigerated for the most part. So I didn't want to pull everything out. I know some people they get coolers and ice and put their stuff in there. I'm not doing all of that. I'm just trying to make this easy and make my fridge look a little cleaner. And you will actually see this video after Easter. So if you celebrate Easter, happy Easter. I hope you had a wonderful day. I'm going to be hosting Easter this year for my family. And so that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get this kind of cleaned out, because we'll probably have like a little bit of extra food and things like that will need to go in here before Easter, and, possibly some things left over after Easter. And we're keeping it pretty simple this year. My mom ordered some quiches from a local bakery that does really delicious quiches. And I'm going to do some Belgian waffles, some fruit. I'm going to make some sausage links in my air fryer. I'm so excited about that one. It's the first time I'll ever have had sausage in my air fryer. So hopefully it turns out, since I'm making it for the whole family. So we're just doing a brunch style meal with the family, and I'm excited about it. So just getting a little bit of deep cleaning done in anticipation for Easter. Also wanted to get a little bit of decorating done, not really necessarily Easter decorating, but I wanted to get some spring items up. So you'll probably see that video next week, where I'll be doing some spring decorating and making my house look a little bit springy, and I'm dang excited about it. I would love to hear anything you are working on. Are you working on some spring cleaning? I know some of you have said, yes, you already started your spring cleaning. And some of you have been like, no, it's way too cold here. I'm waiting till later in the year. Like, I totally get it. I don't know. Spring cleaning to me is like things that I don't do all that often. So I consider cleaning the refrigerator out spring cleaning. I did pull all of the shelves out that are on the door, cleaned all of those out. You know, I'm just cleaning everything right now with just dish soap and water. That's what I cleaned the shelves out. I didn't film that part of it though, but I did get everything cleaned out over there as well. This again was the dirtiest part. It really just was mainly crumbs. There wasn't even a lot of spills or anything down here. I wanted to take a quick minute to say thank you so much. I got so much just wonderful, wonderful comments on my last week's video. I went over and I cleaned Grayson and Edward's bedroom and bathroom, got it all tidied up, did some organizing, all of that good stuff while they were on vacation. It was a surprise for them. They were both so incredibly grateful to come home to a tidy bedroom and bathroom. And here comes Donna Jean. I had just got them from school. So anyways, thank you all so much for all the love and wonderful comments that you left on that video. And a lot of you said that you hope they had a great vacation. I'm just going to pop a picture up here. They had a wonderful time. They got to get away for a week. And I'm just so happy that I could do that for them and that they had a great vacation. And if this is the first video you've ever seen of mine and you're new, you don't have any idea who Grayson and Edward are. I always forget that I probably should give a teeny little bit of background. Grayson is my oldest daughter. She is 25. She's married. She has her own family. Those were my grandbabies in the picture, and Edward is her husband. And then I have two younger daughters. Donna Jean is 12. She's my youngest, and Viviana is 14. So last year, when I cleaned the refrigerator, I could not get the kick plate off. The little thing that you see right there in front of the refrigerator. I cleaned it as best as I could from the outside, but I got a ton of encouraging comments telling me that I could most likely get the kick plate off, and with some instructions of how to do it. I haven't even attempted to do as that video, but we're going to attempt to do it today.
Rocky, there's nothing in here for you.
Clarky!
There's nothing in there for you, Clarky. I know you love cheese, though. Yes, you do love cheese. I didn't know the actual air fryer got hot. I thought it was just the inside of it.
No. There's a little shot of Clark. He was curious as to what I was doing. All right, so it's a little dusty, not nearly as bad as it was last year. I went on YouTube. I watched a 1 minute and 30-second video. The guy said, you're going to feel like you're breaking it, which was my issue last year. I spent about 40 minutes last year trying to get this dang thing off, but I kept thinking I was going to break it. But seeing the visual of what it looked like inside was super helpful to me.
Oh.
Whoa.
Ew. What is that?
It's dust, Donna Jean. What do you think it is? It's dust and a lot of it. Do you want to clean it? She shook her head no at me. How dare her? Oh my heavens. Y'all warned me last year. You said you really got to get that off because it's going to be bad. Yeah, it's bad. There's so much dust under here. Look at that huge hanging piece of dust. Oh my goodness. All right, I got it off. Again, seeing the visual of what it looked like, on the inside and how it clasped together, I guess, watching that video just made me realize that, okay, I see how it goes together. I see how it pops in. That's why it feels like I'm breaking it. So if you have a similar type of refrigerator as me, and here comes Clark again, wondering what I'm doing, and you feel like you're going to break it, hopefully this visual of it coming off and you can see what it looks like, you're not going to break it. It just does pop out of these little holes. Trying to vacuum up as much of the dust as I can. It really didn't want to come off the kick plate. It's kind of like stuck on there. Well, because I haven't pulled this kick plate off. Look at this big thing. Look at this big thing. Oh my gosh. This was very satisfying to me. So to see all this dust coming off. This refrigerator we've had for 13 years, I think now. This is the first time I've ever pulled the kick plate off and got underneath here. Oh my goodness. I know some of y'all, you do it every year or a couple of times a year, and that is fantastic. If you're like me and you never pulled it off, you weren't sure how to pull it off, hopefully this inspires you to pull it off, because yours is probably dusty as well. And it can really affect the way that your refrigerator performs. We're not having any issues.
Oh, just drop something. Yes.
You can see how I was really having to almost like lay down on the floor to see under the fridge, and apparently my butt just bumped right into that and pulled it out. So anyways, if you don't do this often, yours is probably as gross as mine, and it can affect your fridge performance. Now, I kept feeling something under here when I was trying to pull the dust off. There was it's like a dang manual that was taped under there. Oh my goodness. We're not having any issues with the performance of our fridge right now. I don't know how we weren't with all of the dust, but we're not. But hopefully it'll perform even a little bit better now. And hopefully this extends the life of the refrigerator just to get it all clean. So I vacuumed up as much as I could. I got paper towels out and pulled out as much as I could. Now I have a microfiber cloth just with dish soap and water, and I'm just cleaning off all that I can. I even got a dang flashlight out because it's hard to see under there. Now that I know how to get the dang kick plate off, I'll make sure to do this at least once a year. This is one of those things, just like, the tops of all of the woodwork that I cleaned. It's like something you don't really notice, but it feels so good when you get it done and you just know that it's clean. Even though nobody can see it, it just feels better to know that it's clean. Look at how beautiful this looks now. It looks dang brand new and no hanging dust underneath there. I'm guessing on the other side over here is maybe like a drip pan. I'm not sure if that can be removed. I didn't really try. It didn't seem like it could be removed. I tried a little bit, not too much, but this was all of the dust that I pulled out, not even including what I cleaned off with my microfiber cloth. Now I got to get the kick plate actually cleaned off. And like I said, the dust was like sticking to it. It wasn't easily coming off, so I'm just going to run it underwater and then clean it. Then I'm going to have to clean my whole sink out, which is totally fine. But then I realized as I was cleaning this, again, just with dish soap, I really needed like a toothbrush or something to get into all the grates. But then I found my cleaning paintbrush. If you guys saw me clean some of my window tracking, using a paintbrush to get into cracks and crevices is awesome. It works so, so good. So I just have an older paintbrush, and that's all I use it for is cleaning. Figured I should open this up that I pulled out from the bottom. It was taped to the bottom of the fridge. It appears to be, it's not like the actual refrigerator manual, but something, I didn't read through the whole thing, something about part of the refrigerator. But there was one part on here that really cracked me up. It says important. Please return the sheet to its original location. I'm not taping it back underneath there. Anyways, look at the kick plate now. It's beautiful, it's clean, and all the air will flow through so much nicer now. Now I gotta try to get it back on. Hopefully it's as easy as it was taking it off. Look at that. Just snaps right on and off. Again, thank you to all the encouraging comments that you left me last year when I did this, telling me that I would be able to remove that kick plate. I was just nervous to do it because it felt like I was going to break it. Now I'm going to pull the fridge out and look behind the refrigerator because I'm sure that needs some cleaning as well. And it certainly does. Lots of dust back here as well. I did back behind the refrigerator last year as well. So it's not really that terrible. There's definitely some dust. So I'm going to vacuum up and just get it all cleaned up back here. I didn't film all this, but I washed all the woodwork. This one here surprised me a little bit because I didn't realize that there were actual grates here. Because the dust was covering it up. So again, that's not good. Now this piece here is it's like cardboard. I probably need to remove it, and there's probably more dust behind it that needs to be cleaned. But here I am again getting a little nervous because it had like all of the lines attached. So if you know, do you remove that part when you clean your refrigerator, the cardboard? Is it easy? Am I going to screw anything up? Definitely feel free to leave any suggestions down in the comments. So I dusted, I cleaned, I vacuumed. It's very dusty, the back of the refrigerator. I cleaned the whole thing. I did not pull that cardboard piece off. So anyways, I'll wait for your encouragement or to tell me don't pull that off because you're not supposed to. Anyways, I feel better. The refrigerator's all nice and cleaned. So you already saw the before and afters of the really gross parts, but I'll show you the after of the inside of the refrigerator. I did not get to the freezer. It does need to be cleaned, but that's just not a priority today. I was happy to get all of the dust cleaned out. So everything in here is all nice and washed and cleaned up. There was just a teeny little bit of things that I had to throw away that were expired. But again, I pulled all of these off, washed them, cleaned them. So everything looks amazing. And we're going to head to the estate sale in a second. Super excited to take you with me to that. But first, Clark and I worked hard on the refrigerator, so we're going to take a little rest for a minute. Isn't he so darn cute? So I don't go to estate sales very often. Again, this one was in my neighborhood. I just happened to see a sign for it. So I decided to stop by. And then I got back to the house. It's like literally right down the road from me. And I was telling the girls about the house and they're like, we want to go. So I brought them with me. This dining room set is stunning. I'm not a super huge fan of glass on top of tables. I get why it's there. But this set is so pretty. Donna Jean loved it as well. I'm not looking for a dining room set, but this house was completely filled with all beautiful older furniture. And sometimes you can find some amazing deals at estate sales, just like you can thrift stores. And sometimes you got to be the right buyer.
So it comes with that and that.
Yes, it comes with all of these pieces. The one back there, this one.
That's why it's
The
$6,000.
Yes.
Awesome.
$6,500 for that dining set. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but holy moly, you're looking for a very specific buyer. These chairs were gorgeous. I actually loved them. It was like $350 for the set.
Bench.
Ooh.
With storage. It's pretty, huh?
I'm gonna open it.
Go ahead.
I thought this bed was beautiful. Not looking for a bed. If I was, I may have considered buying this one. It was $275 for the bed and the mattress. For a solid wood frame, I didn't think that was a terrible price for the bed. But oh my gosh, this house was just, like I said, it was filled with so many beautiful pieces, but most of them were quite expensive. And this house had 3 stories, which is why the girls wanted to come and see it. These old suitcases I thought were kind of cool. They were only $10. I did consider buying one, but I don't know what I would do with it. So I just left it. You know, sometimes you can get a great deal, but if you don't have anything to do with it, then it just turns out to be clutter in your house. So I'm trying to be really conscious of that. These chairs were in awesome condition. They were very expensive. Look at quilt stands.
What's that?
You put your quilts on them, your blankets.
Oh.
Look at this, a butler stand.
What's a butler stand?
Well, you put your outfit on there.
How? Oh, this is like a hanger.
Yes. Oh, I see a picture I might like over there.
That or that?
That one. I have to see how much it is. Look at this. Isn't this bed pretty?
Yes. It looks like your old one, but fancier.
Yes. And this is pretty too, isn't it?
Yes. This picture's pretty too.
I don't know. What do you think?
You should get it.
Is it worth $50? What would I do with it?
Is that a book? I don't know.
Donna Jean, she's a bad influence on me. She's like, you should get it. I did get that picture because I loved it. My grandmother, my dad's mom, used to have these all the time. Apparently these are vintage. The pink one, they were selling for $300. The other ones were like $125 or $150. Oh my gosh. I was kind of shocked at that price. It's a tilt table.
What's that? Why does it have a picture on it?
You tilt it to make it into a table. Oh my gosh, listen for Donna Jean's reaction next. How cool is that? And look at, this is an old ashtray.
What's an ashtray? There's no ashes in it. Ashes? Like someone's ashes? Ooh, like cigarette ashes.
Yes, if you're a smoker, you have a little table with an ashtray.
But you're like putting your dead grandma on there. I'm like, what are you doing?
Donna Jean. Oh, Lord. This is a pretty set, too. Look at this pretty table. Isn't that pretty? I loved that table. It was $150, though. I really wanted it, but I didn't get it. I love this clock, too. Brass clock, $250. I'm certain it's worth it, but I wasn't going to buy it for $250. It is beautiful. Look at all of these old clothes. There was just so many neat older items in this house. I did grab a few things from here, but like I said, most of it was really high-priced things. This was the first day of the estate sale. Sometimes they'll put things on the second day at half price to try to get rid of them, but I didn't make it back on the second day. I kept thinking about that table, but I was like, you know, what are you going to do with it, Jodi? I did get this lamp. I love this lamp. It was $30, and it is very heavy, a very heavy older lamp. Look at how dang cute this lamp is. And Donna Jean, she wanted to touch it. She's my child that likes to touch everything, so she asked if she could touch it. All right, so these were the other things besides the lamp that I did pick up. I thought this was so cute and plan on putting it on my bookshelves. This might go on my bookshelves too. Nothing like super spectacular about this. I just thought it was beautiful. And this picture, oh my God, I'm so torn. I'm so torn. Do I try to clean this or do I just leave it as is? I think I'm gonna leave it as is. Although maybe it will brighten it up and make it even more gold. Anyways, that was estate sale shopping. All right, I'm going to clean this lamp, and I'm going to just test a little part up here. I'm just using some Barkeeper's Friend. I was really hoping that maybe this was super tarnished and it was like brass underneath. Unfortunately, it is not. But it is very dirty, and it did need to be cleaned. I really want to put this light in my family room on the chest that I have by the sliding glass door, but the color is wrong. Again, I was hoping that it was, even my husband was like, oh, I hope it's brass. You know, I've been cleaning all the hardware. That looks super dark, and just brightening it up, and I have such beautiful hardware in my dining room now. I was hoping I was going to get the same thing with this, but it's not. It is like a brown color. So I'm trying to decide. Look at how dirty it is. I'm trying to decide if maybe I use some rub and buff on it to give it more of a look that I want it to be, because I do love this lamp. I think it is absolutely beautiful, and it would go so good on that table if it was not brown. It just blends right in with the table right now. I tried it over there. It just didn't look right, the color that it is. I actually tried it on my bookshelves as well to see if I could make it work over there, because I want it to be somewhere that kind of stands out because I love it so much. But it just did not look good on my bookshelves. And although I definitely tend to go for the older items, I really like the older items in my home. I like them to look older but new. Does that make sense? Like, I don't really like a distressed look of something, and not in every circumstance, but, you know, like some people, they like their hardware to look aged. The hardware on my dining set, oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous to me now that it looks shiny and brand new. So again, that's all just a personal preference. So anyways, I got it all nice and cleaned up, and we're almost to the end of the video, and I want to thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I would love to hear, do you think rub and buff, like in an antique gold, would that look good on this? Definitely feel free to share your feedback with me. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I hope it inspired you to maybe pull your refrigerator kick plate off, or clean something that maybe you haven't cleaned in a while, or check out an estate sale if you notice one locally. You might find a gem like I did with this gorgeous, gorgeous lamp. It doesn't look much different, but it is clean. You saw how dirty it was with all the dirt on the rag. But here she is. She's beautiful. I love it. And that is what I have for you this week. We're going to be doing some decorating next week. And I hope you had a fantastic Easter. And I'm going to see you again next week with another video. Have a great day. Bye.